Alright, it has been some time since I have worn these two watches, and when I was looking at my watch box, it got me thinking, which one would I pick if I didn't have a chronograph watch? It's not an easy choice. Of course I say this because I've got both of them, but if I really have to, one big factor that would play a part in the decision making is the brand. I think it would be easier for me to be persuaded to go for the Omega because of its prestige. I think Omega has garnered more admiration from watch lovers, but who wouldn't? If you can wear a piece of something that has a monumental achievement on your wrist, then it's a no-brainer. Omega would always be your first choice. They both have racing DNA in them, but the Omega stomps on the Tag Heuer with the moon landing on its resume. However, if you don't care about all these, then you're gonna have to go to the path of the nitty-gritty road. Starting with the movement, the Omega is manual with its in-house caliber 3861 that has a 50-hour power reserve, a see-through case back if you choose the Sapphire version. The Tag Heuer is automatic with its in-house caliber TH2000 that has an 80-hour power reserve and can also be seen at the back of the case. I think the deal breaker here would be the extra chore of winding the movement. At the beginning, it was fun to wind the Speedmaster every day or every 2 days, but when you get busy with your day-to-day work-life reality, then it becomes an extra chore, and if you forget to wind it, you'd end up looking at your watch with the wrong time. Unless you buy your watch just to collect them and with no intention of using it on a daily basis, then a manual wound watch is fine. But in my case, if I have to pick one, I'd choose the Tag Heuer's automatic movement with its date function. I just think that having the date on a watch completes the handy information that you need. Next is the dial. In this one, the Tag Heuer also takes the win. The applied indices in the sword-like hands just makes it feel like you've got what you paid for. However, I'll take the Speedmaster's Lume because the Tag Heuer's is useless since I wear my watches at night, and believe it or not, the first thing I do when I wake up is to look at my watch, even though I've got an alarm on my phone, and knowing the time on my watch at a glance has become a part of my routine in the morning. Well, who doesn't? Whether it's a phone or a watch, checking the time is checking the time. But if you love watches, then it's a different satisfaction when you check the time using the Lume. Now the case. I love both of these cases. The dilemma here is whether you'd want a 42mm or a 39mm case, but that depends on the size of your wrist. The Omega has some curves almost mimicking the Omega logo, and the Tag Heuer has this futuristic, unswerving case, considering that this design has been in their lineup for a long time. And the bracelet, the Tag Heuer comes in a leather strap, but I've got this steel bracelet from another Tag Heuer Carrera model that fits perfectly. And the Omega can either be obtained with a bracelet or a leather strap, but if I have to pick which steel bracelet is better, it is the Speedmaster. First of all, the Speedmaster has half links from the lugs to the clasp. Even if it doesn't have a quick adjustment system, it's still easy to find the exact fit. The Tag Heuer, on the other hand, is a lot harder to find that perfect spot, and it doesn't even have a micro adjustment on the clasp, which you get on the Omega. But luckily, I've got the bracelet adjusted just right on my Tag Heuer, but I'm assuming that this wouldn't be the case for everyone. The great thing about these two is they are both strap monsters. Any strap looks great on them. These are Artem straps that I've been swapping the bracelets with, and I don't even use the OEM straps of these watches. Artem is a great brand if you're looking for a quality strap for your watches, but for the bracelet, I'll take the Omega all day long. So to answer the question, which one would I pick if I can only choose one to keep? It would be the Tag Heuer Carrera. I'll have an automatic movement that'll keep going as long as I keep going, the date to remind me that I've procrastinated for too long, and the right fit of the 39mm on my 6.5-inch wrist. The Omega, on the other hand, would absolutely be next in line. It is just unavoidable for me not to get it. If I can only keep one, it would be the Tag Heuer, but since I am fortunate enough to have the opportunity to have both of them, then why not? Although when and if I decide to let go of one, it would be the Omega. Even saying that is hard, but I just know that somewhere in the future, I will eventually consolidate my collection to make way for more or to get a grail watch. I think that's just the life cycle of a watch collector. Here they are both on the wrist. They are both 127 grams with the bracelet adjusted. I think that's hefty enough that I feel them on my wrist but not too heavy that it gets uncomfortable. Both exceptionally beautiful, but which one would you choose?